listening to Strange Shit Happens.
From the great American Pacific Northwest, greetings and welcome, my friends, to this week's edition of Strange Shit Happens in the News. I'm Sean Wharton. This week, we dive into a fresh batch of the bizarre from the skies above California to the depths of Loch Ness. A newly surfaced military radar video shows unidentified aerial objects behaving in ways no one can quite explain, leaving even seasoned naval personnel scratching their heads. Across the pond, a visitor to Scotland captures a photo that reignites the debate over Nessie's existence, just as Loch Ness is gearing up for its largest search effort yet. Meanwhile, in Texas, scientists have done the unthinkable, brought an ancient predator back from extinction. It's groundbreaking, controversial, and straight out of science fiction. And if that wasn't enough, a creepy trail cam video from Colorado has folks online debating, and on edge, whether we've caught a cryptid or something worse lurking in the shadows. From mystery tech to mythical beasts, prehistoric returns to late-night chills, we've got that and more in a week that has proven itself once again to be strange, because strange shit happens. Now, before we get to the news, don't forget to like or subscribe on whatever platform you're listening on, or pass this podcast on to spread the word about our show. You can also follow us on X at strange_happens. We post news throughout the week, so follow us there to stay on top of the latest. And we're always looking for stories from you, paranormal or otherwise, so visit us at www.strangeshithappens.com. That's strangeshithappens.com, and click the report an event button right there on the main page. It's right there on the map. You can report your event, whether it's a UFO sighting or some other strange occurrence, right there on the website. You can also leave us an audio message in your submission if you're feeling more talkative than you are typative, if that makes sense. So again, just save it to your bookmarks. That's strangeshithappens.com and give us a holler. And on that note, let's dive right in. A newly resurfaced video has reignited the mystery of the now infamous tic-tac UFOs. The footage, released by filmmaker and ufologist Jeremy Corbell, reportedly captures advanced military radar systems aboard the USS Jackson, tracking one of 4 tic-tac-shaped craft off the coast of San Diego in February 2023. Even more compelling, multiple Navy personnel claimed to have visually witnessed at least one of the objects emerging from the ocean and zipping into the sky without any visible means of propulsion. The encounter began when a naval officer spotted the glowing object with his own eyes before rushing into the radar room to capture it with forward-looking infrared radar systems, otherwise known as FLIR. The radar crosshairs failed to lock on, but white cruciform indicators confirmed the presence of physical objects in the sky, objects the radar couldn't fully track. In the background, crew members can be heard reacting to the strange presence, remarking on its elevation and joking about scrambling jets. According to Corbell and witness accounts, the 4 UFOs eventually vanished in a synchronized maneuver that defied conventional aviation logic. The lack of propulsion, coordinated departure, and visual confirmation place this incident in the same category as the infamous 2004 Nimitz encounter. It also echoes the 2019 swarms of unknown lights observed buzzing U.S. warships in the same region. Adding more fuel to the mystery, astronaut and former ISS commander Dr. Leroy Chow reported a similar unnerving sighting last year. While piloting a private plane in Texas, he claims 2 small metallic orbs came within 10 feet of his wing, again with no visible means of flight. With highly trained military personnel continuing to report unexplainable sightings, the question remains, what exactly is out there, and why does it keep showing up off the California coast? It's certainly one of the most enduring mysteries in modern folklore, and now, a new sighting is reigniting the legend. Annette Harkins, visiting Scotland's Loch Ness for the weekend, claims she spotted something unusual just off the shores near Urquhart Castle. First, it was a change in the waves, and then, through her binoculars, she caught sight of bubbles breaking the water surface. Moments later, she spotted a dark gray moving shape rising from the loch before quickly vanishing beneath the ripples. She snapped a photo just as the white water closed over the figure. Annette's report is the second potential sighting in recent weeks and was officially submitted to the Loch Ness Center in, and I'm probably going to mess this up, Drumnadrochit, where excitement is building ahead of this year's mass search event called the Quest. Now entering its third year, the Quest will deploy hydrophones, underwater drones, and baited camera traps in an effort to finally capture concrete evidence of Nessie's existence. Whether it was just a large fish, a trick of the light, or something stranger altogether, the sighting adds fuel to a fire that refuses to go out after all of these years. As preparations ramp up for the largest coordinated Nessie hunt in modern history, believers and skeptics alike are invited to cast their eyes toward the water because something may be watching back. One thing's for sure, Nessie's legend isn't sinking anytime soon. For the first time in recorded history, a species long extinct has been brought back to life, introducing the direwolf, reborn. Colossal Biosciences, a Dallas-based biotech company, claims it has successfully revived 3 direwolf pups using advanced gene editing techniques and ancient DNA. The prehistoric predators, which vanished from Earth over 12,000 years ago, were brought back not through cloning, but by modifying gray wolf cells using CRISPR and implanting the embryos into surrogate dogs. The pups, 2 males, Romulus and Remus, and a female named Khaleesi, are being raised on a secure 2,000-acre preserve protected by 10-foot fences and monitored around the clock. While some scientists caution that these aren't exact replicas of the ancient species, the resemblances in DNA and appearance are striking enough to raise eyebrows. Critics warn that recreating a long-extinct predator for today's world could have unpredictable consequences, especially when the ecological roles of such animals no longer exist. But Colossal argues that this tech could be key to saving endangered species, pointing to their simultaneous cloning of critically endangered red wolves. From science fiction to science fact, the direwolf has stepped out of myth and tar pit memory and back into the world of the living. Is this a bold step for conservation or a dangerous howl into the unknown? And a spine-tingling video out of Pueblo, Colorado, has locals asking one simple question. What the hell is that thing? The now viral clip, reportedly captured on a home security camera, shows a mysterious figure moving eerily through the darkness. Viewers describe it as thin, crouched, and seemingly humanoid. But its unnatural movements and uncanny gait have many convinced it's no ordinary person. While some skeptics suggest it could be a person in costume or even a camera trick, others believe the footage may show something far stranger, perhaps a cryptid or a spirit, or entity unknown to science. The sighting is just the latest in a string of strange creature reports coming out of the American Southwest. The figure appears just long enough to send chills down your spine before vanishing into the night. Social media is now flooded with theories, of course. Naturally, when isn't it? Ranging from skinwalker to extraterrestrial to interdimensional traveler. Some, of course, take the normal route. They think it's maybe a raccoon with some sort of skin disorder. But, whatever it is, one thing's clear. Pueblo's got something weird going on. And we'll be watching the skies and the streets a little bit more carefully from now on. And here's some smaller quick hits from around the world. Iraq's Interior Ministry has arrested 48 individuals across multiple provinces for allegedly practicing witchcraft and sorcery, linking the acts to human trafficking and fraudulent exploitation. The crackdown, backed by Iraq's Supreme Judicial Council, targeted those claiming to offer spiritual healing while secretly engaging in extortion and psychological abuse, particularly against women and children. A Canadian woman captured video of a large disc-shaped object she described as, quote, the size of a bus, hovering and undulating over Edmonton before quickly ascending into the clouds alongside a second, similar UFO. While some suspect the objects were balloons, others believe their strange movement and sudden acceleration suggests something far more extraordinary. And KFC has launched this is just strange, It's all about strange here. So, KFC has launched a limited edition fried chicken flavored toothpaste created in partnership with Hi Smile and inspired by the brand's iconic 11 herbs and spices. The $13 fluoride-free paste sold out quickly online, leaving fans clucking for the next restock and possibly pairing it with apparently the KFC's new $59 electric toothbrush. And a Kansas babysitter trying to calm a child scared of a monster under the bed was stunned to find, this is just freaky, a real man hiding there. Martin Villalobos Jr., who had been legally ordered to stay away from the home. After a brief altercation, he fled but was later arrested and now faces multiple charges, including aggravated burglary and child endangerment. So it turns out the only thing scarier than a child's imagination is when it's absolutely real. This deviates from our usual content, but I'd remiss not to make note of it. This week, round or about, we've lost an acting great. Jay North, the man who played Dennis the Menace, the original Dennis the Menace, for about 4 years from 1959 to 1963, he's left our world. He was a child star who paved the way for others and was reportedly often met with abuse by those closest to him, particularly in his youth, unfortunately. But boy, did he bring joy to the world as young Dennis Mitchell. In some ways, I like chaos. It blends well with the strange, and maybe that's why I always gravitated toward the humor of the Menace. Yes, there was Leave It to Beaver and Little Rascals before that, but there was really only one menace, and that was Dennis, more specifically, Jay North. It didn't matter which Mr. Wilson it was, Joseph Kearns or later Gale Gordon. Mischief and chaos reigned supreme, as did the laughs. Well, Jay, though you may have wanted to vanish into the mists of time, and you certainly deserve to exit on your own terms, I believe time is but a tape to be played backwards and forwards in memory, and you will not soon be forgotten. Thank you for providing so many of us with laughter, a sense of adventure, and just a touch of chaos. Godspeed to you, good sir. Well, that's it. That's all I've got for this week. Don't forget to reach out if you see something unusual in the sky or someplace else, or if you have an interesting story to tell. You can reach us always at strangeshithappens.com. Please like or subscribe on whatever platform you're listening on, or pass this podcast on to spread the word about our little show here. And until next time, keep your eyes to the sky and know that here on Earth and in the universe, we are not alone. For Strange Shit Happens in the News, I'm Sean Wharton.